G'day, this is Simon from the Bracketeer South OC Cars and Coffee. I'm with Bob, who has a very, very awesome car of the week. What is it, Bob?
1968 GT350 Shelby.
And when did you buy 1968 GT350 Shelby?
October 1967.
Yeah, that's it. One owner. How cool is that? Let's swing the camera around and check this thing out. So it's not very often I get to talk to somebody who bought the car brand new at the time. I'm not going to be so rude as to ask how old you were at the time, but I can imagine this would have been a pretty extravagant car for a young man to buy.
It was. I paid $4,400 for it.
Yeah, and I think it's probably, out of all of your investments in life, Bob, this is probably one of the best investments you've ever made, am I right?
Yes, by far.
But an investment's only good if you're ever going to sell it, and I get the feeling you're never going to sell this.
No, my son gets it.
That's excellent. That's the way it should be. Let's walk around the side and have a look. So, Bob, tell me about that experience. So you go to a Ford dealership, you know you want to buy yourself a new Mustang. Did you know what you were going for when you went into that dealership?
Believe it or not, yes.
And you've owned it for all of these years. Has there been any time through those years that you've thought you've had to sell it, or you've been tempted to sell it, or?
I was tempted once when, believe it or not, a Saudi prince representative wanted to buy it for his prince.
Yeah, I can imagine that would be.
And it was kind of a shady deal on their side.
Yeah, right. Well, you never know what's going to happen, and you obviously, I bet you're glad you hung on to it. Now, you mentioned that we were talking before, this actually came with the supercharger. It wasn't this specific one.
No, it was a Paxton green, as a matter of fact.
And you wore that one out.
Yeah.
Which begs the next question: how many miles does this car have on it?
36,000.
36,000. You know what? That's not bad for a car of this era. Obviously, it's not your daily driver.
No.
So let's come around and have a look in here. Is everything else original? Is the paintwork still the original paintwork, or have you had it resprayed over the years?
It was painted in 1979.
79, which is, you know, considering this is sitting here, this is pretty darn good. Just such a great car. And Carroll obviously signed that. When did he do that?
About 5 or 6 years ago.
Oh, I'm glad you got that done before he passed away, obviously.
Got it done at the Knott's Berry Farm Fabulous Ford show.
Yeah, I know the show. It's a really, really good show. There's just something about these Shelbys of this era that are so imposing, and you know, it's so funny because you look at regular Mustangs, just like regular Camaros, there's a lot of them out there. But when you see a Shelby like this, you know that there's always a great story behind it.
See the Shelby motors?
Yep, look at that, Carroll Shelby motors.
I actually picked this car up at the airport.
Did you really?
Yeah, that's where I got it at.
Oh, isn't that cool? What a great car. And have you ever tracked the car? Have you ever taken it out on a track day?
Yes, we tracked it.
Yep.
I did when I was younger.
Wow. Very, very cool. Look at the toolbox you've got in there.
Well, that's my Cobra box. It actually has a Cobra inside.
Oh, well, why wouldn't you? Keep people out. It's like the best alarm you can possibly have.
Right.
Unless somebody has a weasel, then of course they got you.
They got you.
Fire extinguisher on the side there. What a great looking car, Bob, and what a great story. I'm so glad that we found you here. As our winner of Car of the Week, you get this Meguiar's Complete Kit, which contains the polishing sponge, cleaner wax, scratch remover, car wash, glass cleaner, the interior detailer, and the hot shine foam. You can get this beautiful 1968 GT350 looking the way it is today. Congratulations and thanks for bringing it out.
Thank you, sir.